speaker off. Wait a second. What the hell? It's the afternoon, 12:28. I like to come on and just open up the live with remarks. I don't want to have to wait 2 minutes for people to come in for me to start talking because I would like to just get direct. And for the people that listen to the replay, shout out to the replay gang. I haven't said that in a long time. My audience always seems to remind me of where I can make changes. So the comments, like my faithful, no, not faithful, my supportive audience that come in and say I'm listening to the replay, that makes me aware that I have to shout out to the replay gang. Hold on for a second. Let me get a pen. Every time I think I'm prepared, I'm not. But this is a live for my supportive audience, just and the visitors that come by and want to listen to something different. Welcome to my channel. I am your host. Today is Tuesday, 12:29. I'm here before 12:30, so I'll try to go for about 30 minutes to an hour. Depends on how the live go. It doesn't matter if someone visit. But if you visit and you put a comment in the chat, thank you and welcome. Just sit back and relax. Take me on the go for your listening pleasure. It's nice. Hey, Lasagna, how are you? Good morning. It's one of those days. It's Tuesday. I was going to go live last night. I was like, I'm scared. Zachary was asleep. I was like, okay, let me get up to go to sleep. Get up. Went to sleep. Had a great night's sleep. Didn't wake up feeling groggy this morning. Not that's the case every morning, but today was a good morning. So I'm here this afternoon. I was watching Sex in the City this morning. Anybody watch Sex in the City? I don't know if that's your genre. Not even if it's your genre, but if you watched it, you. I was watching it this morning, like at 7:30 in the morning. I feel like when Good just got back from Detroit. Oh, how was your visit? We'll talk. I'm glad you're back. Lasagna is on the go. Detroit in the building. Home of Motown. Am I right? The what is it called? The best car dealership is in Detroit. I don't know. I'm not trying to take anything away from Detroit, but if I'm um, correct or not correct, you can correct me. But yeah, so listen, I was watching Sex in the City this morning, getting ready, taking Zachary to school, and I don't know if I should say my son or Zachary, but most importantly, I will say my son. But my listeners, and most importantly, my supporters know, Bravehearts know his name. And I was just sitting there watching, and I felt you are right. Motor City, thank you. My father since told me about Detroit. He's like, I think he used to live in Detroit, or yeah, for a while when he was younger. Detroit don't play. Lasagna. I remember I was telling him about how you felt about the parking in New York City. It was funny. I was like, my friend said, "Why is everybody parked so close to each other?" He thought that was funny. I told him you was from. I did tell him you was from Detroit, and he thought he's like, oh, okay. So she played no games. But yeah, that was my morning. Then I went out, got a Dunkin'. I'm growing up now. It's like I'll alternate between buying a Dunkin' large caramel, then I get a small, then I get a medium, and then I'll just buy it once a week. I don't need a Dunkin', which I wasn't, and some people may think I buy it every day. I don't. I can't afford to buy a Dunkin'. This is a $7 coffee. That's seven times seven. I mean, $7 times that. That's something I can't afford. Right, and it costs $7. Yeah, that's $7 a day that I don't afford. I'm poor, and if I'm poor, then I definitely can't afford $7 coffee every day. I have to make at least $20 a day to afford a $7 coffee a day. You see the logic in that, people. I think I'm smart, kind of smart in certain ways, but yeah, if I could make at least $20 a day on the side, then I'll probably buy me a Dunkin'. But no, I'll find other ways to spend that money I came live because I wanted to just open up the discussion about different topics that's going around the world. And I'm glad you're here, Lasagna, because I was just watching. I be searching and surfing on other news stations on YouTube, which other news stations bring the news quite differently. The journalists are different, so it's like it's like a learning experience, and at the same time, it's entertaining. So I think it was the teacher. No, 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 no. Sorry, the in Detroit, a McDonald's manager was um, unalived for YouTube purposes and monetization. The manager that was unalived by her employee, and then I think she went at her 15 times and it didn't end well. And now the 26-year-old employee that was mad because she was sent home is in jail for doing that shit to her manager. They was having a memorial. I don't know why it sounds like an echo in here. They was having a memorial for her in Detroit. The owner of the uh, McDonald's is going to pay for her funeral. And why does it sound like echo here? And set up trust funds for her children. She was a mother, a single. Let me write this down. They didn't even like, you know how some people highlight and try to like ridicule and persecute single mothers, or even just make it seem like it's a bad thing that women that are not married to maybe men that may be abusive in a relationship, or just not doing what he's supposed to do, and she becomes a single mother, or even if she didn't officially marry the man, she's a single mother. And but we as women, we get like harsh criticism about being a single mother. But what I liked about Detroit, what they did was they highlighted her being a single mother of six, working at McDonald's for 15 years. They said nice things about her. They didn't make it look like, oh, she was a single mother of six, working there for 15 years because she didn't have no other options, and she was lazy and all that bullshit that comes with being a single mother, single black mother especially. But yeah, out in Detroit, a woman lost her life. She was a single mother of six, and I say single mother because her six kids ranges from 5 to 20, and that's sad that their mother lost their life to a sick, demented person. And the girl was 26 years old herself that did this. And I hope she don't think she's coming home anytime soon. She should at least get 50 years. What would possess you to just, you know, do that to someone because you two don't agree? You know what I mean? That's sad. Uh, I don't know if it was and I forgot her name, but she looked like a nice woman. Everybody in the community came out for her to support her. Um, her kids. Oh yeah, and what stood out to me the most was Detroit news. I was like, oh, this is happening in Detroit. Detroit plays no game. And it's not funny. I'm just laughing about how Detroit is probably stand up to the end of the bargain of them being like, don't come to Detroit and think you want to just get away with something. So, and the Miss, hey Teresa Robinson, how are you? Good morning. I was speaking about Detroit, about the um, employee that was unalived by an ex-employee. Oh, she was sent her home. But one thing that stood out to me again is in Detroit is a customer was coming through the drive-through, and he saw what was happening. They said he sounded off a warning shot in the air. That didn't help. So by the time he got to both of them, the employee and the ex employee, the manager and the employee, because I want to be a little bit more careful of how I word this for monetization reasons. He went in and I think he not detained her, but he held her down at gunpoint until the cops came. Hey, Dana Dane, how are you? Welcome to the live. So by the time the customer that pulled into the drive-through pulled out his what is it, still, and uh, gave a warning shot and he didn't see anything. Like they didn't like. I think it was too late. They didn't like disperse, so he took it further and held her at gunpoint until the cops came and arrested her. So shout out to Detroit. They step in when they need to step in, and they did. He did a great thing. Although, of course, it's not his fault. He got there a little bit too late after he seen the tussle that was going on. At least he did his job and the right thing, and the right thing to do was at least try and help the woman. He did. I don't know if it was a he or she. I'll take it. It was a man. Like only men could think that quickly, or unless he work in law enforcement, is to throw off a warning shot. To disperse any crowd or anything that may be going on. So shout out to Detroit. And it was sad that that happened to that manager in Detroit with 6 children, single mom that worked at McDonald's for 15 years, young woman, very young. I don't know how old she is exactly, but she's young. She looked young. It was another incident. I don't know if it was in Detroit. I think it was in Detroit. Another young girl, and I want to just take. I wanted to. I'm not trying to start off heavy. I'm just trying to like open up the discussion to different uh, cultures around the world. And this is a culture within our community, the black community, and everyone that I just stated was, a black person. Not that it matters, but I just want to at least highlight and give an idea of what I'm talking about. So another young girl was off by the hands at the hands of her um, boyfriend. He just came home from jail. I guess they got into a scuffle altercation, and he choked her out, and she didn't make it. And then, it's common for women to be attacked and hurt by at the hands of their spouse. So when people say to me, "Oh, like you hate men," no, like, well, these are the reasons why I say I hate men and that I will avoid them at not all costs, but at least to the point where, I'm not centering them around my life as if they are special and are gifts to me as a woman. When I hear stories like this, men often, I don't care if you're black or white, men often hurting their women at their own at the hands of their own spouse, a woman being with a man, or just, excuse me, in a relationship with someone, married to someone, dating someone, and who would think as a woman that you are not going to wake up the next day because he just began to go into a fit of rage and he couldn't control himself, and now the result is that your family have to bury you, and you're not allowed. You won't be able to see your family no more. You won't be able to experience the love and joy or the heartache with your family no more because of this monster. And I'm serious about my content going in a certain way about relationships, the truth, the facts, the reality. Of course, it's an opinion channel and an entertainment channel. That don't take away from the fact that these things are real when it comes to relationships and being a little bit more mindful and aware of. I'm not telling any woman to go out and hate men because I say hate men or Bronx girl hate men. I'm just saying be a little bit more careful. And as far as centering men, there's no need to do that. Not in this lifetime, because it's just not necessary. There are women out there that yell to the mountaintop and say, "I need a man in my life." I've even heard women that I grew up with, friends with, that say, and they thank God every day for their husbands because they say without their husbands they would be nothing. I don't. And that really like stoke my mind and my thoughts. Like it just opened up a new chapter, or just new discussion about certain things that women feel they need to make them feel better. I don't judge. I judge people that do shit intentionally, right? So I judge women, and that's not something, that's not like the center of my life. That's not a primary judgment. That's not something that I like judging a woman. That's not something that I look forward to. But I do judge women based on their mindset and their mentality and ideology about women like myself and many others that probably are a little bit comfortable in their sensuality and sexuality. We get judged based on because we are comfortable and confident, and you know, people may take it for something else. But I hear women say to me, like, if I see a sexy woman, I mean, a woman dressed sexy. When I say sexy, I mean, like, okay, she got a crop top, she got some booty shorts on, she's thick, you know, she got a nice shape, so she's showing her body, so she can't help but to show her body. And if she chooses to show her body through, you know, some tight fitted clothes, okay. But I could be walking with a woman, and I've heard this, and not. I learned not to just be like, okay, that's how she feel. Just let her feel that way. Don't argue about it. Don't debate it because her opinion is not going to change, or even teach her something different about men and their attraction or not even an attraction to a woman, whether she wears sexy clothes or not. They have a motive and they have an agenda, right? So women, I have heard women say personally and outwardly and just generally speaking, like, oh well, these women wonder why these men disrespect them and do other things to them because look how they dress, right? That's not the type of mentality that I support. That's not the type of ideology that I support. So, like, I'm not going to sit there and push back because I'm like, and I just agree because I don't want the argument. I don't want the debate. And I know that what you're saying is absolutely 100% not true. Women have the right to wear what they want, choose how they want to wear it, when they want to wear it, without the men or someone judging them or thinking that's a free or invite for you to let off your predatory behavior and animalistic instincts towards another woman. Right? There are men out there that I love, and I don't even have to love you. That there are men out there that see beautiful women every day, walk by, and just admire her from afar, and don't approach her, don't harass her, and don't insult her, don't judge her, or don't even speak to her. Right? Those are the men that do exist. Those are the men that don't like, they see a beautiful woman, they saw her, they captured her beauty for a moment, in a snapshot, in a second, and that was that. But the men that pray and are and is fixated on the woman that chooses to wear what she want to wear, how she want to wear it, it has nothing to do with the woman. It has everything to do with the man that lack the discipline and control that he needs to have to at least be, you know, a human, that he should have those human instincts. All men are not the same. So when people say like, oh yeah, you do hate men, yeah, well, I have a reason to. And then I tell the women like, listen, yeah, she could, yeah, I don't even want to. I'm like, yeah, okay. But then I don't want to come back and push back and say, listen, if you read around the things in different cultures around the world, there are children that have been hurt by grown men. There are men in different cultures that will marry young girls because that's what their culture and that's what their religion tell them to do. Women don't have to dress sexy to be assaulted. Women don't have to dress sexy and provocative to be harassed. Like, women are harassed just in general by men who don't have no control, by men who think this is a compliment, and they don't have the idea that maybe you are coming across a little bit sexist and misogynistic. Listen, I'm not saying that I discount or disown or write off sexist, misogynist men. I don't. Because some sexist, misogynist men have a little bit of charm to them, but the ones that use it in a nasty, filthy way, thinking that, they're being rational or they're a man, so they're just because you are a man and your thoughts don't define who you are. Because I have had men, say everything to me, and some things I accept, some things I don't. But you can separate the two. You can separate the one that don't know any better, and you could separate the one that think he's entitled to you because you're a woman, And I say this and I will say this again, I think and I feel that most men that think women that don't walk around with a leash on her neck is a candidate for harassment. I'm pretty sure women, because you can't see the ring. If I was thinking about buying a ring to see if I get different responses or if I get a better response, and I'm gonna buy a nice ring and put it on my ring finger to see if it's a difference, right? To see how men react. This is how you like test men, and this has nothing to do with me or trying to like start trouble. It has everything to do with me trying to do research for my audience and bring back what I've learned. I tell and I share with you guys most of the experiences I have with men, and for now, not for now, but most of the part, my supporters, my brave hearts don't judge me. They listen, they give advice, they give feedback, which I'm grateful for, right? And then there are parts of me that share with other people and they take it the wrong way. Like, okay, just because a woman and many other women like myself have it, the charm and the confidence and the playfulness and the giggly, lighthearted side to her does not mean that that's an open invitation for a man to invite himself in and make himself at home. So we have a long way to go, and that's why I stress that I am here and stand and support women even when they may be wrong. But I don't support women that intentionally like take up for men just because you want to be accepted or considered, right? I guess as I get older and we as women get older, maybe anyone in the audience that's 45 and older, and because I love to hear the opinions and views and insights of the older generation. When I say older, I mean 60s, right? Definitely 45 could learn a lot from a woman in her 60s and aspire and gain inspiration from her. So as I get older, I just feel a little bit different towards people. Like, okay, you know what? That doesn't bother me. Say what you want. I'm not going to confirm or deny any rumors. Believe what you want to believe. And that's that. So if I hear a rumor about someone or a rumor about someone that someone just shares someone else's business, first of all, I'm not going to judge you unless you like on a run or you a hideous person or you like a deep down predator. Like I had a friend that was telling me about a friend that she know and how many men she slept with, and I had to just take up for the one. I'm like, that's good. I'm glad she slept with all those men. Maybe she didn't have to sleep with them, back to back to back. And when I say back to back to back, I mean like, I guess she had her gap in between where she was meeting guys. But the point is like I'm not going to down a woman because she's like have the option and choice and make the decision to be with who she want to be. As long as you are doing what you want to do in a safe and protective way when it comes to your desires and your wants and needs, it's okay, and you're not putting yourself in harm and putting yourself in harm or hurting anyone or hurting yourself. Do whatever you want to do, right? I feel like women, we as women, especially black women in particular, the only black on black crime is black women going against each other, and we don't have to support everything in every decision. But when you are out loud and you are like trying to get to a point where you are like want to be praised or recognized by a man that has no rational thoughts or reasoning or even logic to what he's saying, or nothing to support or any substance to what he's saying, then that's when we have a problem. um, Going on 45, pushing it up, I'm going to at least share with women, and we should at least embrace who we are as women as we get older, because it gets scarier. Every day I'll be like, damn, I'm about to be 45, and then in 5 years, I'm going to be 50. Not that I should be thinking that far ahead, but it's we age, we get older, and there's just certain just behaviors and that we learn and unlearn for the most part, and we leave it at the front door. And there are things that I am proud of that I have done, especially in particular building this community. And I didn't do it by myself. I did it with people that do believe in me, which I greatly appreciate. In this community, I build started here from YouTube, and I'm going to make sure that I continue to build this community. It's a beautiful thing. So as you just grow with me, we grow together. I do want to talk about fashion and cooking and all that. Like, I'm a simple cook. Yeah, I know that. Fashion, I love fashion. So the countdown to fashion begin. Fall, excuse me, begin. My birthday is coming up in August 15th. So for a month, I'm going to at least try to get on the right track, which I doubt that I will because it's not easy uh, getting rid of old habits. But with the help and support of my community, I think I will push through just to have a decent, nice 45th birthday. That's one of my. I don't need nothing special. I don't need anything extravagant, and that's what I'm working on. I feel like if you want to buy me a gift, buy me something that I like. Anyone that know me know I'm not cheap, so I don't like cheap shit, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I'd rather accept cash than gifts, but either way, I love it. I'm like, oh, this is something, not to make a big deal about it. But yeah, even with like, and that's another thing I'm going to start talking about is the because a lot of people I think feel that they know everything, and when it comes to certain people that can vocalize their feelings and express their thoughts in a healthy, calm manner, or just even speak clearly and concise, they seem to misinterpret what the person is trying to say, and it draws the wrong impression. But I do want to share that I do still and will go and try to promote and build up my cleaning service. I had went on one of those registered for a LLC and through a registered agent, which is good, which is probably the safest to do. And I had went on one called Zenbin. I don't know Zenbin, and so they ask you what do you want, what do you need, and they add it on everything that you need to get your LLC. And after I finished, I think it was close to $800, $1,500 just for one shot to so everything will be in place. It'll be legally recognized. But I will share with you guys that I started a GoFundMe to try to raise money to get my license. So, and I didn't promote it, but I have to say I'm not going to shout the person out. But one of my not YouTube friends, I met her on YouTube. We're friends beyond YouTube. Supported me. That made me feel good. I didn't promote it. I don't think I promoted in a way where I get eyes on it and people donate. I was scared to do it because I felt like I'm opening myself up to rejection. And it's not even rejection. It's just like when you think you have a community and a family and friends like that you think you cool with, and you like, here, listen, I'm starting a GoFundMe. Can you donate? It's hard to ask people to donate money when they don't have the when they have to get permission to donate money, and that's how I feel. So yeah, I had it up there for a while. I was like, damn, people probably don't believe that this license costs that much, but I had to double check. I had to double check to see if that I did the right thing. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just go to a different agent. So I went to another agent, and it was cheaper. The same. They offer the same services, but a little bit more cheaper. So I took it down because I'm like, maybe I don't need all these add-ons. Um, as a starting this business, a cleaning service is definitely the time to start it. It's definitely the time to begin the cleaning service because it's in high demand. It started being in high demand, I think, we in 2025, like in 2023, 2022. I want to go about it the right way. For the people who thought that, I was lying about a cleaning business, I'm not lying. I am professional, whether you know it or not. If I feel that I know that I want to at least expand and grow a cleaning business is not easy, but I have a beautiful, supportive supporters that I can share my business with. I haven't, it had nothing has moved for like a long time. Um, because when I did try to at least start it, I felt like it could be a bit of a sabotage to people who don't understand, and that's something that I want to keep in the future. like see the growth, my YouTube page and my cleaning business. You definitely can clean people homes without an LLC and without a license as an independent owner. um, I'm gonna scratch out my phone number, but I would definitely put up my cards to just to show y'all what it says on it, and the front and back. And I want your critique and I want your feedback, and at least tell me if I need to make an improvement here, make an improvement there. But I'm definitely want you to see a little bit of what I started. I think when I put out the flyers, and I'm very professional. When I say very professional, I just mean that I'm a professional person. Like, I want to bring you a service that you are happy with. Mind me if you think I'm silly, goofy, crazy, all that bullshit. Like, there's like many different sides to me that a lot of people won't ever get to know unless it's needed. So I had experience going to people houses, and some people were very condescending. When I say condescending, I mean like not like I'm supposed to be scared and I'm gonna reject the service. But this is how and this is, and I don't know if y'all know this, and maybe you can just experience, well, if you don't know, but there are higher orders in the world. And me being a cleaner or trying to start a cleaning business, cleaners and housekeepers and maids are looked down upon. you know I shared with one friend that I didn't speak to like in years and years and years. And that was a how you so happy um to share something with someone that and like you want them to be a part of it. Like, I don't think she was doing it intentionally or maliciously, but she was sharing what other people would say if they had the opportunity. Like, oh, I would never clean no one house. I'm good at what I do. My house don't have to be spick and span for me to clean your house to be spick and span. So she's like, like some people will be like, I would never clean someone's house. Those are the people that don't want to make money. Like, as an independent cleaner, as an independent service, yes, you don't have your license. You can charge what you want, unless you can a flat fee. And I do at least try to tell people to compare prices, for the simple fact that, like, if you think my prices are too high, why don't you go to someone that has an LLC and a license and service your home? Only thing is, I'll be mindful so I won't get sued. It's like, listen, can you at least mind your valuables and put your valuables away? I just feel like a cleaning service is high in demand, but it's not easy. You don't need no money to start up your cleaning products. And I at least started from the bottom buying cleaning products. Now I have to start all over again. But what I'm trying to say is, like, doing a cleaning service, like, you can't charge a certain amount, a flat fee. People was asking me before I even gave them service, Bravehearts. They like, oh, how much do you charge? Excuse me, I didn't even come into your home, inspect your home. You want me to give you a price off the top? I went to one lady home. She wanted me to act as if I was like, what is those got people that she wanted me to plug up and do some things around her home. But it was nothing like a task, as in like clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen. Wanted me to move some pots around, and I'm like, listen. And I told her, because I'm a gangster, I take it however you want to take it, and interpret however you want to take it. I told her, I'm not going to service your home no more. This is not what I do. I'm not a maid. But I can include maid services in my service. I'm not a maid just to come out and, like, you telling me to move this pot over here, you telling me to move that pot over there. Even though we did discuss what I will be doing, but even though that we did discuss it, I did come in her home. From the time I walked into her home, I was professional. I was polite. She was condescending. Everything I offered her, like, she didn't even at least try to see what I had to offer. People like that was just sizing me up and trying to size me up and shake me down. What she gave me for the hour was good. I went and spent that money and got my nails done. So, but I went to another client house, and I had my writing pad out and my writing my pen and paper right now, asking the client what do the client, because I'm just trying to be mindful and a little bit more discreet about how I described this. It was a he. Uh, he had a apartment that at least you walk in $100 starting off. But that's not what he. At least he gave me. Came and we met up beforehand. He did that. He told me what he wanted done. I told him what I offered. Extras, a lot of people think that everything's included. Like, listen, if you want me to clean your stove alone, that's going to cost at least starting at $50 an hour. I clean my stove for 12 hours one day, 6 hours one day, 6 hours the other day. And I know a lot of people like, well, why did it take that long? Because I made it look brand new. Like, the stove is hard to clean, and I knew it was certain things that people need, but they don't know that it's separate. Like appliances is separate. The stove, the refrigerator, the microwave, that's separate. Maybe if we cool and I know you and I'm cleaning your kitchen, I will include the microwave, and that's the far as I'm going to go. But as far as the refrigerator and the stove, that's different prices. I feel like people that make money, good money, they don't do their research. They feel like, a cleaning service coming into your home is like a no-no in the black community, and they reject the idea or even a notion of paying someone to come clean their home instead of thinking like, listen, I'm paying for a service. And if, of course, people will feel uncomfortable with you coming into their home, invading their space. But rich people don't have those problems. They hire reputable people. And you think in a community that you live in that you will build up wealth. No. Black people in the certain particular black areas in the community don't build wealth. They keep it to themselves. And I'm not saying that anyone owe me anything. All I'm saying is that if you want a service and you have the money to pay for it, pay for it. But getting back to the guy, he made it look like that he wanted the service. I called him the next day. He didn't answer. I was like, no, I called him in the morning. He didn't answer. I said, oh, maybe he just didn't get to the phone quick enough, or he didn't, whatever. I called back 10 minutes and he didn't answer. You know what I did? I never called him again. I see him. We wave, hi, how you doing? Right? Like, you just don't, I'm supposed to need you. But as long as you know that my services was available and you playing games, I don't want to play these games with you. And people will call me like, and this is just a small amount, a portion, and I could just a handful, literally a handful. Yeah, but someone wanted services done. They had a 3-bedroom apartment. It was in dire need of cleaning. Like, how you asking me what are my fees before I get to inspect your home to see where we could go and where we start? So what I did was and say, listen, if you got a 3-bedroom apartment and you said you haven't cleaned in a long time, and meaning cleaning like organization, clutter, my walk-in fee is starting at $100, right? You go anywhere else and someone tell you that they want a 3-bedroom clean, and you can reject. You don't have to accept everything. Like, if you have a home and I feel like, no, this is a little bit too much for me to do, this is something that you need to seek outside sources for, that real professionals that are willing to come and clean your home, because this is goes beyond a deep clean. This is probably like a hazard. I'm not going to go into nobody's home and clean their home, and their home is a hazard waste. I'm not going to do that. And I mean that in a way where, like, if your home is like filthy, I'm not going to do that. So you can't ask me to charge with a price, and then I gave the price. The price wasn't good enough for them. Like, you want me? Oh no, not me. You want a 3-bedroom home clean, and you haven't cleaned it in 3 years. So you want organization and you want declutter. I don't throw out. I don't throw out. I'm not decluttering anything. I feel like if you want me to do organization and organize your home, that's a different set of skills. That's where I probably will make the most money, like separating used items, sell items, shit like that. But people don't want to spend the money. You pay for what you want. And from here on, speaking to my audience, I'm glad I have the opportunity to share this with you. I know that if anybody I could be more vulnerable with is my listeners, because they are here to listen and, just support me. And then I'm not just talking about like the brave hearts. I'm just talking about the visitors and everything, like support. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to do it a little bit differently and have the license and promote it a little bit differently. Um, and make sure that the naysayers and the ones that reject me at the thought of the first try, I'm going to keep going. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, I have had about three people that were very nasty to me, and not very nasty, but they were condescending as if I was below them. But that's the thing. Like, I have the advantage of making you think that I'm weak. You know, maybe I am. Maybe that's something that I give off to people. But when it comes to certain things, me being professional, I have that. People are like, well, you know what? I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. From this day, I'm going to put up, after we get off the live, I'm going to post up just to show the audience where what I'm talking about, give them an idea of my services, my cards that I crafted. And I've had good advice from people like, I'm not going to shout her name out, but she's been a great supportive friend. And I met her on YouTube going on 3 years. If not four, I don't know, probably 3 years that we've known each other. But, and it's not because I live in a black community that I have a negative opinion. It's just that, like, when you live in a working class community, you know that there are people that need the help. But okay, yeah, you need the help. You don't want people in your home. That's okay. Live in squalor for the rest of your life. It is uncomfortable to have someone in your home coming to clean up and just do things that you're not comfortable with. That's okay. But I feel like people pay for what they want, and if people want a service, which I'm offering a service, you pay for your service. And maybe I would add concierge to that. I have the time to run around to run errands for that, like the elderly that can't get to the supermarket quick enough, or they just can't make it, right? So I live in a community where you can build wealth. Not wealth like you're gonna be filthy rich, but you can like just have a decent living. And I'm not gonna get into the details, but working in a working class neighborhood and you're an independent worker, you can build like a salary of where you are just breaking even. And I'll leave it at that. So yeah, and another thing, I like to interior decorate. That's something different. I don't know if y'all know this, but if you want to meet different people and just exchange ideas, there's this app called Neighborhood. I'm on it. It's kind of, it's no, it's a little slow. It feels like Facebook, but everywhere you go, you want to meet disruptors. But I'm on that, and I've been making a little bit. I think on there you can sell things and promote your business little by little. But the first love of my life is YouTube. I got rid of Facebook. Facebook was just, I don't know. Facebook is so slow, even though you can make money on Facebook. I just got rid of it. I think I was being banned anyway for my outrageous posts. I didn't even know they were outrageous until Facebook sent me like 3 warning shots, but I just deleted it. So yeah, I'm only on YouTube, and I have neighborhoods, uh, and that's it. I just wanted to keep up to date with my content in my platform. As we go countdown to the fall, it will get deeper, it will get better. Just know that I appreciate your support. It's definitely appreciated and making me grow as a better woman. I don't care if I have one person in here, 8 people in here, or no people in here. It's life changing. Starting your own content. So, and I guess my growth will determine, you will be able to determine if I grew or not with my little stories. This is a storytelling channel, so expect me to just share everything and give my feedback, and you give your feedback too. It's a beautiful thing to exchange ideas amongst people, like-minded people. Um, I guess I could end there with my insight and my perspective. I would just like to thank everyone for listening to my insight and perspective. So when I get off this live, I'm going to post my cards and you tell me what you think or where I went wrong or make room for improvement. So thank you everybody for listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a great day. 45 minutes.